Hiya and welcome to this week's video. Welcome back to my channel if you're already subscribed. Welcome if you are new here. This channel is about reptiles and exotic pets. I currently have a Chinese water dragon and a bearded dragon and a herd of 4 guinea pigs. Today we are focusing on the live food aspect of feeding lizards. So just before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and leave a like and pop anything down in the comments if you have any questions or anything like that. So let's get started. So like in humans, we have to have a variety of food to get all the vitamins and minerals and proteins and carbohydrates and all that sort of stuff to be able to live a full and healthy life, or supplementation through vitamins and other bits and pieces. Lizards are no different in the way of their live food. Offering a variety of foods means that they can get a full spectrum of vitamins and minerals and a better enrichment, to be fair, as well, because different live food requires different hunting styles. So my staples that I feed my bearded dragon and my Chinese water dragon, this is his enclosure down here. He's currently at the bottom just chilling at the minute, that's why you can't see him. We do hoppers, we do earthworms, Mario worms as a treat, silkworms, Dubai roaches, calcium worms, what else? And then fruit beetle grubs. And I have just got a starting collection of isopods. We've got the dairy cows, which are also a great feeder for them as well. They will be introduced into the setups when I have enough numbers as a cleanup crew, and if they eat them, they eat them. It's a great foraging thing because I'll have to dig them out of the ground for them to be able to find them. Now, obviously, I'm going to start with the enrichment side of the stuff, and then I'm going to just what the vitamins and minerals are per a couple of insects, so you get the general idea. But the first obvious one is different insects require different hunting styles. Now, I do tongue feed these guys because it's the easiest way, so I can get up close to them and bond with them, to do a quick health check without dragging them out of the vivarium if they're having a day where they don't want to be picked up, or just to spend some quality time with them. But they also are able to hunt, both of them are able to hunt their food. Even the bearded dragon, which is notorious for being lazy, she will hunt her food because from a baby I implemented both tongue and hunt feeding. So obviously a hopper will work differently hunting style than say a Mario worm when she has a Mario worm as a treat. So she can adapt her hunting style. Not so much now because she's got a bad back, but when she was younger she would physically stalk her own food, and then, to be honest, very similar to how a tiger would stalk her food. She would creep up on it, and then when she got so close she'd sprint at it and then eat it. He does the same. There is actually videos on my TikTok of him doing that. I will link my TikTok down below so you can see him chasing after his food. If it's a worm, he just sprints after it. I don't normally do hoppers around the flat because I get the ones with the wings. I don't fancy them flying around my flat. But worms and stuff, he hunts around anyway. Obviously, feeding offers different vitamins and minerals. So one feeder insect might be missing something that the other one doesn't. So making sure that each meal is, or if you offer a couple of different options during the feeding thing, they get more feeding time, they get more variety, more vitamins, and it's better for them overall, for their development and health, as well as different insects are different rates of digestion. So something soft-bodied like a hopper would take a lot less to digest than something that's high in creatine, that like a Mario or a mealworm. Bearded dragon can't have mealworms. My bearded dragon can't have mealworms because she can't digest them properly. They don't mess with her. And obviously another important thing is offering different bugs is important because they have different tastes. My bearded dragon doesn't do anything that I would class as slimy, so earthworms. And I did start feeding snails, but I was finding where I was getting them from were extremely high in parasites and giving them both parasites. But anything like that she won't touch. Aragon, on the other hand, who you can see is right there. Oh, there, chilling on his big log. Let's move this side so you can see. He will eat earthworms and anything that's slightly slimy. He also has the odd whole prey as a treat, so mice and fish, but only frozen raw. I don't do live feeding of those. I don't agree with that. Frozen raw is more adequate, and he's happy with that. So while we're here, I am going to list a couple of options of what they have and why I give it to them, so that you can get the idea of what I'm offering. I also do supplement with the Ripashi. Let me just grab that. So every feeding for both of them, they get the Ripashi, which is calcium and vitamins all in one. They get all that dusted on, and she gets it dusted on her salad. And then for extra vitamins for the bearded dragon, I also give her pollen, bee pollen, or just organic, nothing added. I wouldn't give her anything that's got anything added, because obviously I don't know what's going to be added in there. I sprinkled that on her salad. And not only encourages to eat her salad better, but it's got loads of vitamins and stuff in there for her, so that I know that she's getting a wide variety through both insects and salad. But let's start. I've got it all written down here. So I'm going to start with silkworms, which are a new favourite of mine for both of them. They both get silkworms. The only thing I will say with them is you can only feed them mulberry gel, which is fine because it's a great hydration for both of them, as well as obviously the vitamins from the mulberry leaves. And they are very susceptible to disease, so making sure that they're away from something that's got diseases. I keep those in a separate room to all of these guys, and wash my hands. I'm going to start wearing gloves as well. I'm buying some gloves that I can wear for them as well. But silkworms are very high in calcium, so obviously good for their bones. They are one of the highest in protein. They also consist of magnesium, sodium and vitamins B1, 2 and 3. So obviously that's a great staple for them because there's plenty of vitamins. There are others in there, I just listed a few. They are soft-bodied, so they're very easy to digest. And an added benefit of silkworms is they have a naturally occurring anti-inflammatory enzyme, which with Thorn's bad back, what I'll do is I'll link that video up in the top corner for you so you can see why she got bad back. It means that on some days I'm not medicating her for her bad back. She's just getting natural enzymes from the silkworms, which I would prefer her having rather than excuse me, which I would prefer her having rather than having medication from the vets, because I need to read into the side effects and speak to the vet about certain things. But I figured natural is always better than man-made. So mealworms and Mario worms, they are great as a treat. I do Mario worms because the creatine is actually less in those than there are mealworms, and both of my guys have trouble digesting. Let's come back this side so you can see Aragon where he watches us. They both have trouble digesting the mealworms because of the high creatine, so I actually go for Marios. Now they still have a high creatine and they are quite high in fatty fat, but they do serve a purpose, and once a week, maybe twice a week, they get a couple each as a treat. And obviously those ones are normally when we do floor time, so they can experience hunting. Again, I will link my TikTok down below so you can see Aragon hunting them. Thorn doesn't hunt so much anymore now that she's got her bad back. And then I am going to do one more staple, which is the hoppers. They are also a good source of protein, and they've only got 17% fat, but they have also got magnesium, calcium, so I am reading from this, calcium but not quite as high as the silkworms, potassium, sodium, iron and phosphorus. I'll write that word down there. So you can understand why I would feed both, because they've got some vitamins in it that silkworms don't. I also feed Dubai roaches, which are quite meaty. One of those is the equivalent of about 5 crickets. As you'll notice that one of the things I don't feed is crickets. Now there's nothing wrong with feeding crickets, I don't like them. Personally, I'm not a fan of crickets. I've had them escape, they've made noise. I just have trouble with them. I mean, if she went off the food or they went off the food, him as well, I'd buy crickets to see if that's what they eat, but personally at the minute with what I give them, it is enough. Same as the calcium worms are another good one. As the name suggests, they are extremely high in calcium. Now, even if you are feeding a wide spectrum of bugs, you should still supplement their diet with the multivitamins to make sure that they get everything, as well as those that do eat salad. I have tried with him. They are meant to have like a 20% diet of veggies and fruits. I've never seen a lizard give much a disgusting look when I've put a veggie in his face, but I make sure that all the insects are extremely gut loaded so that they have got all the veggies inside them as well. So that's another important part of having live insects, is making sure that they're gut loaded. I normally gut load 12 hours before that I feed them, so tomorrow is a feeding day, so everything will get food tonight, so that in the morning when they get up and they turn on at 11 o'clock, so they both turn on by 11 o'clock, so I can feed them both at the same time. They get their meal tomorrow at 12. Everything will be gut loaded and full of nutrition for them, and water through the vegetables that they eat and the little water crystals that I give them, making sure that they are power packed and ready to go. I am going to leave this video here. If there's anything that you guys would like to add, please feel free to pop it back down in the comments. Hopefully next week's video will be the second half of Eragon's tank upgrade, because I should be getting his water area today as I'm filming this. If that's the case, I will see you guys next week with Eragon's tank upgrade. Thank you guys for watching. Bye!